Well, hey everyone, tuning in after the show because there's nobody in the live stream right now, so we're going to give that a chance to get started. But just a preamble, in this video, Sunday morning, I actually just got two SX guitars in that are pretty cool, so I want to unbox those guys, show those off with first impressions, talk about some of the other recent things that have come into the collection, and just do a little Q&A, maybe 25 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Who really knows? But if you're in, say hey. I'll see it go by in the live chat, I hope. I'm using my iPad for this, so I should probably join it on my phone and make sure I can monitor things from that side as well. Actually, if I click chat. Hey, Jamal. See? Jamal's first in. Sandeep. What's going on, guys? Happy Sunday wherever you may be. It's a good time. It's crazy time. Stuck in the house. Hey there, Egg. What's going on? I need to move my my iPad is tenuously zip tied to a camera stand. But great to see everybody. You know, it's a fun little Sunday. So I got this morning, just showed up a day late, but two SX guitars. I was actually, my buddy Danny and I were hunting through some of the deals that they have right now. And I figured I need to mix up the Harley Benton content. My Harley Benton videos do great traffic, but at some point the non-Harley Benton fans of the user base, watcher base, are going to be like, I'm sick of this crap. Get some different things in. So I wanted to get a couple of these guys in, try them out. I haven't had an SX guitar in quite some time. So they're pretty affordable, and I think also what's cool about them is they're big in the States. They ship out of, actually, the next state over from us, Rondo Music here. But I know they're also real popular in Australia. And so that's another good thing. Sandeep, I recorded the video of the HB single cut versus the 550 versus the SC custom. I recorded that yesterday. I have it to edit today, and it'll go up hopefully at some point this week. I was really not happy with my playing in it, which made it kind of a pain. But I went spec by spec, both of them up there, kind of from the top to the bottom, better things in each, and kind of I think the biggest deal between the two of them is the price difference. You know, one gives you coil taps and one doesn't, and the one that doesn't costs more money. But God, it's a beautiful guitar. They're both gorgeous. So really you can't go wrong. The other thing that I noticed in that video, and I'll just share that too, the 550 Harley Benton that I have is actually has the Wilkinson pickups in it. And I swear there's a lot of variation from one set of Wilkinsons to another, and I think they just put stickers on whatever they had around to call them Wilkinson. Because the pickups that are in the SC Custom, which are the LAF Alnico 2s from Roswell, destroy the old Wilkinsons. So it should be kind of fun. I also yesterday recorded a video which was just about that guitar, which is my Gibson, the first guitar I got, and kind of a lessons learned in the journey of buying a counterfeit replica fake guitar. You know, would I do it again, all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, so those things are coming out this week too for the near-term stuff. Also have a guitar review on Wednesday for the Firefly FF38, which is their 335-ish style guitar. When we've done polls, there hasn't been a huge amount of interest in that, but I know that'll hit people Googling and searching for videos, right? So there's a lot of interest, I think, in the brand, especially as they start restocking, and those videos kind of tend to be evergreen for a while and generate some good content. But before I get much further, is the audio all right? I'm just using my iPad, pointed it this way on a really rigged stand, so hopefully it looks all right. Hopefully it sounds okay. It was easier than like undoing my hobo studio setup. But hey, if you're gonna do it, take the top drawer out of your dresser. My Kemper's right here. I've got three audio interfaces, two Behringers, and the little Native Instruments Complete 6. And I can just grab a guitar off the wall, play when I want to play. Cool. Thank you for letting me know. It sounds good. But it's my perfect little corner. What you don't see in the videos from this setup is my bed is literally here. My hip can touch my bed. It's this little tiny little avenue. Major Rager. He's still pissed about me leaving out Rory Gallagher of the best guitarist list. Sorry, man. You know what? I have like zero exposure to Rory Gallagher other than seeing really cool relic strats from him. So I'm gonna have to go listen to some stuff with him in it so I can gain a better appreciation. think I think it was Jamal or someone was asking about buying Gibsons from Thomann. Yeah, I heard a Gibson's, not Gibson's. Thomann would never sell you a Gibson. They'll sell you a Harley Benton. Back in the day, a Harley Benton that looked like a Gibson. But yeah, I guess they won't ship Gibsons to the U.S. anymore, which is kind of a bummer because I got some great deals. I don't have any of them out, but I had some great deals on those. Sandeep was just asking, yeah, this is my blue SC Custom, which is a really nice deep flame top, nice 3D to it as you get closer. Plastics are a good color, a little easier access. It's Grover's. Just a great guitar, and the coil tap on that, the split pickups are just excellent. Back to the Thomann thing, I bought 3 or 4 Gibsons from Thomann when they were blowing out like after 2015 and 2016 at like huge, awesome discounts, where I was getting Les Paul traditionals with AAA flame tops for like, I was seeing the other day, one was $1085 US and the other one was like $1160 US, which was just a phenomenal deal. And I think about a Les Paul Standard brand new for them for $1,600 US. But I guess now they won't ship back to the States, and I think it has to do with pricing. In Germany, Gibson can't enforce minimum advertised price. It's illegal in the German market. Whereas in other markets, they can say, hey, to be a Gibson dealer, you need to sell it at this price. It's kind of illegal for them to do it in Germany. But I think the way they get around to enforcing this, fine, you can sell it cheaper in your German market, but you can't sell it outside of the EU or something like that, out of your region that you're in. And so I believe that's why they're not shipping it to the States, or it's just because of the CITES treaties and getting all the rosewoods in them stamped and whatever to ship it out. They don't want to do it. I haven't gotten any official word either way on it. Jamal says he's seen great deals on both Fender and Gibson for Thomann left-handed and can't get them. I will tell you this, and I'll show you the guitar. This is all a preamble. I promise I will unbox something, but so I sold recently, 2 months ago, I sold my 1970s gold top Gibson Les Paul Deluxe, and I sold it for a killing. I bought it for about $2,100, maybe $2,000 even, and I sold it for over $2,800, and it sold quick, so I could have gotten even more for it. And so I put $1,000 into family stuff, right? Here you go, honey. I know I got too many guitars, but here's some money to go, to do the things we need to do on that, just so that she knows it's not a one-way street. And then I was looking for a Tobacco Burst Les Paul Standard because I've got a Cherry Sunburst, and I've got kind of an Iced Tea Burst Gibson, and I've got another Iced Tea Burst Deluxe that my uncle gave me. And I was doing what we do, randomly obsessing about a thing I didn't have. And I went to Chicago Music Exchange, and they had a ton of Gibsons, and the standards were all $1,600, $1,700, $1,800 to $2,000, and they're a little flexible on price when you make an offer. In this U.S., Chicago Music Exchange is a big seller, but what a lot of people don't realize is they started Reverb. They've, I think, since sold it, or sold at least a part of it to Etsy. But, so they're good with distance sales and stuff. They've been really good with that. But I went and made an offer on this, which is a 2013 Les Paul Standard. Gorgeous thing, and I got it for well under $2,000 when they accepted my offer. And it was just... It's just pretty. But they had a lot of other Gibsons there too at good prices, and they're willing to deal a little bit. So if you're looking for something in the States to buy, I'd recommend them. No special treatment, no anything like that. They just were really good to deal with. That guitar is interesting because it turns out that was previously owned by the lead guitarist of the hell's the name of the band? I'm not a metalcore huge fanboy, so I don't know. Band's name is A Day to Remember. There's the tour sticker, and I know that because I can't show it to you, but when the guy traded it into to Chicago Music Exchange, he put just a FedEx label and a FedEx ground sticker and shipped the thing to right to Chicago. And the guy's name is Kevin SCAF, and he's the lead guitarist, as I looked up later and found out about, of the band A Day to Remember. They're like a metalcore post-punk thing. Pretty great guitarist, seems like a good dude. He bought these, I think, 2013. There was an Instagram from some shop that had 6 Les Pauls, and this is one of them. But I think, and then later he switched to Sur, and then now he's doing like a polka dot PRS custom 24 thing, at least in the last rig rundown that I saw. But it was kind of neat to get it, so it made the guitar kind of even cooler. Not that that isn't in my demographic of bands I'm a huge fan of. It was kind of neat to know. But it must have been a tour backup because it's never been played. It's perfectly set up, beautiful. It's got a slash neck pickup, a Duncan custom bridge. The wiring was switched to 50 style wiring, and yeah, Jack, they are from Ocala, and Tone Pro's locking bridge, Tone Pro's locking tailpiece. So it's, and here's the thing, and it's a perfect reminder of, it was set up, obviously the guy's got a guitar tech, and it was set up beautifully, perfectly, or maybe it was somewhere else. Bobby, I will get to that in one sec. It just reminded me that, like, having a great setup, my Cherry Sunburst Les Paul set up really well. I did it myself, and it's like 95% perfect. And then I played the other one, which is just dialed. And then the Tasteful Smart touring mods were just great. Bobby was just asking about the guitar hangers. I use Hercules hangers. They hang, they lock the guitar in. There are 3 solid mounts there. I have Hercules stands as well. I think their stuff is great. You pay a little bit more, but it works out well. And in my experience, don't hold me to it, they haven't messed with nitro finishes. So it's kind of cool. They're just awesome. So I've got this one over here. You can definitely see it's the kind of just locks the guitar in as it holds there. And then if I turn this over here, you can see the 3 Les Pauls. That's the new one. The one in the end my Uncle Jeff gave me, that's a tobacco, no, what's that called? Iced Tea Burst Perimeter. Had P90s in it when he got it originally, and then he put gold tops. Gold mini humbuckers, not gold tops. Hey. So yeah, so those are, anyways, that's the fun stuff. Yeah, I'm still basking in the glory of the Gibson, and of course, these SX guitars show up the next day. The bummer is I'm supposed to also have an Aggiefish signature, one of the 350, and it's been lost in Germany for 3.5 weeks, which means I'm not super confident they're going to find it. I know Hunter was also, his Amaroks were also lost about a week before that. So DHL is definitely having some issues getting something going on. Scotsman just got a SX Hawk semi-hollow Strat. I love it. I saw that. I stared at that for a while when I was looking at these. I was trying to find some things that I could get into reasonably cheap, do some videos for, maybe mod a little bit, and then kind of keep rotating through as fresh stock that didn't put me in the poorhouse. And they're running some great specials as they're blowing out most of their inventory right now. They don't have I think because there's a big delay now in manufacturing and getting things here and whatnot, so we're going to see cheap guitars, especially with people spending their stimulus checks on stuff that makes them happy. I think we're going to see a lot of cheap guitar inventory. If you follow Shane in the Blues' channel, he's a big fan of artist guitars. They've got a big distributorship in Australia, just like SX. And they actually have some in the US, and their US store they were going to have a restock before the summer, and it blew out everything else that was in stock there, because I was trying to get one of them to do a video, but it makes no sense to do a video just to show you stuff you can't buy. Or at least SX stuff's evergreen. Kurt over at Rondo Music will get a bunch more in at some point soon. But let's open the first one. This should be a Candy Apple Red Telecaster with 2 P90s, which I think would be fun and kind of to rip. And in fact, I've already bought a couple modifications for this, just to make, I think, the colors work better than what comes with stock. But let us see what she looks like. Sorry, this is not the best camera view to see this, but it's the best way that I could figure out how to do it. Oh wow. It comes with an SX gig bag. That was unexpected. It probably was in the ad, but that's it's absolutely nothing special, but it does give me something to keep it in. Super cool. Show you guys how it comes. It's actually packed real well with some of the extreme bubble here, padded down the neck with that, and then there was some more in the bag. I just launched the Allen key and other stuff. Ooh. You know, it's the new, if you guys have bought guitars recently from Asia, there's the new Silk Shroud of Turin that comes with it. It's like a fabric dryer sheet feeling shroud they put around the guitars. It's, just I'll delay it even more. It's like, hello, I am safe to go outside now. Major Rager, I never took the plunge on SX, but my Agile 3010 with P90s is just the mojo. It's nice to say Rondo Music getting some love again. I bought my first expensive guitar ish. I started with a Squier Affinity, like we all do. Then I bought a Mexican white, Olympic white Mexican maple neck. Shane, man, I wouldn't be breathing in that cloth. Yeah, that probably wasn't the smartest thing, right? I just coroned myself. My second guitar was an Olympic white Mexican Strat. Beautiful guitar, but in hindsight, just completely dead wood and dead pickups. It was just that particular one was kind of junk. And then I bought an Agile when it was still rondomusic.bigstuff.com, which was their email address. And I probably looked at that site for 6 months while I saved up the $279 or whatever the 2800 Deluxe that I bought was. Never got it set up. It never played perfect. And after 3 or 4 years of it being super pretty, I sold it. And it just so happened last year I bought it back, not knowing if it was the one. And guess what? The person never got the frets filed, and it still plays kind of shitty. Hey, but I have it. I'll drag it out in a sec after I show you these. I don't want to delay this one much longer. Candy Apple Red, 2 P90s. It's a hardtail, string through, the American flag, because it's American alder wood. Nice neck. Wow. It's almost like a V. It's a boat neck. It's kind of nice to it. It's the VTG series. Has the SX branded tuners. All the tuners have pretty smooth action, which is really nice. This was I think this was $125 plus shipping. I live close by, and shipping I think was $28 for both guitars or something along those lines. That's kind of cool. It's Candy Apple. Ooh. The one thing that I think they missed on this, if there's one thing color-wise, I know the pickups kind of match the neck. But let me tell you, darling, about the directions here and how everything is put together. In reality, I'm going to get chrome covers for these. I think it'll make with the Candy Apple Red. Actually, I'm going to. I have them already here. I do like the more beaky headstock. It's on this, I think it really kind of works. Let me back up a little. Lean it back. It's a really cool guitar. I'm impressed with the neck, though. Like, it's a very smooth, girthy shaped neck. Made in China, 2-way truss rod, has a serial number. I am impressed with this. Let me throw that. Yeah. I'm going to throw the switch tip on. And do. Come on. There we go. Look, there it is. Looks great. That bridge pickup. Something with the bridge. What was it? Sorry, I missed the chat for what the bridge pickup position would look like. Top chat, live chat. Ha, does that work? There we go. I got a better way of doing it. The bridge pickup than a standard Tele. Should be mellow or thicker tone. Afternoon Krenar. Had one very tight tuning key on mine. Yeah, pretty cool. I thought the P90s would rip. The guys at Artist, Shane knows those guys, they've got a really cool Tele that Shane did a review of that's 2 humbuckers that I think would complement this one nicely once they get them back and start here in the States. Oh. No sharp frets. It's a really good feeling. Nothing yet. I mean, it's still early, especially with these cheap guitars. You got to give them a season to kind of contract, shrink, lose some moisture, go through their life. But overall, it's kind of a win. Well, here. We'll put this up here for now. I like the shape of the headstock. I think it kind of works for that one. I had an SX Liquid for a while, which was crazy offset shape, just a weird, fun guitar. And I thought the headstock on that with the crazy shape worked, but on the Tele it actually works pretty well. And I'm telling you, the neck feels just nice. And yeah, the Candy Apple Red. I had no Candy Apple Red in my life, and that seemed wrong and sad, really. Hey. All right, let us carry on to the next one. Jamal, I agree. I think I like the current take that they have on them. I've never been a fan of like the Sierra style, like the thin beak. At least that's leaning into it. There's some mass at the end that balances the way everything looks. It's my deep analysis of industrial design. So this one, some history. Agile for years sold an AL2000, and it was their entry-level guitar, and for a long time it was around $200. And it was a maple top, maple veneer, bound neck, Gibson Les Paul standard thing with a Gumby headstock and a Gumby lower bout. But they were nice because they had all right pickups, but they were a great modding platform, and they looked great, they played great, proper thickness, made in Korea, all that kind of stuff. And they stopped making them because you couldn't afford to, really, right? Their other ones, the 3100s, 3000s, it lived in a spot where they couldn't afford to have something made in Korea for less, and Agile, my understanding is, really wanted to keep all of their Agile branded stuff made in Korea. So instead, they came out with the SX Callisto, which is just an Agile made in China. This guitar came out a little while ago as the Callisto Standard Plus, which is really, if people on the AGF, A Guitar Forum, the old Agile guitar forums, would say this was the AL2000 everyone had been waiting and asking for. So, let's see what it's all about. Not a boat anchor, which is nice. So it's packed, same deal. Extra padding on the headstock end. Another truss rod, adjuster key. Grover style tuners, not Grover tuners, but feel pretty good. Now this guitar was one of the last one of these they had in stock, and when they went to pack it up, it had a ding on the back, and they took $25 off, and I said, you know what, I'm doing a review. If it's on the back, I don't really care. And it took a shot. Look at that. That got damaged in shipping on the way to Agile. But I'll throw some super glue underneath it. It's on the back, so I'm not really that worried about it. But there's your top. Look at that. And I will dare say that from right here, it looks beautiful. When you get in closer, you can kind of see that it's pretty two-dimensional. Like, a lot of two-dimensional. Sorry, I'm trying to just see if there's 3D to it. There is a little bit of 3D, so it's not a photo. But you put this back just a little ways, it looks good. But this is, I will tell you, it looks better in the camera that reflects back to me than it does in person. Yeah, you guys are getting a better view than I'm getting in the room. I don't know if it was root beer or a tobacco burst kind of thing. But nice. It's almost got more of a, it's got a little bit more depth to the neck than I would. It's a slim neck, but a little bit of depth to it. Pretty cool. The I like the SX headstock, the little offset kind of dimply thing, and the little SX there, just kind of super simple. These, I think, were $189, and then I got it for $25 off that, so $165 plus shipping, which is a short money. I'm having a hard time to go my Les Paul Vintage because I don't have a replacement for it. I understand, man. Do you still they still make those? This is the SX Callisto STD, so Standard Plus. And they still had them as of when I ordered this. And there was a lot of, oh, it's better off. The guitar looks better in camera than the person. There are no gigs to see a person. It's a good point. It's better in person because that's the only people who are seeing it. It's just a good looking guitar right there, right? Comfortable neck, no fret bites. Knobs. This was $189 US plus shipping, and because mine had been damaged, I got it for $25 less than that. Pretty cool though, and I'll tell you, the cutaway used to bother me because I had an original shaped Agile, and when they had to change it because Gibson likes their intellectual property a whole lot, I I didn't really like it a lot, but I kind of do like that. And it's solid without being tremendous amount of weight. It's probably 8 pounds. Only one of that color left in stock. Yeah, that makes sense, right? They have a plain top cherry as well. Hold on one sec. Let's see if we can get this thing to make a little bit of noise, shall we? This and this. Actually, let me tune it first with the Kemper, and then I'll plug it into the Spark. And the Spark may be a perfect little thing to do here. The pickguard looks good in a single cut style. HPs don't come with a pickguard. Correct, they don't. Live chat. Okay, cool. Yeah, the Harley Benton, at least that I have, didn't come with a pickguard on this one. On it, I will tell you though, the Harley Benton SC550's top destroys this, like totally annihilates it. They're not even in the same book. The Harley Benton SC550 top destroys any of my Gibsons that I have, in all truth. It's just depth and 3D and beautiful, and the darks are slightly darker. I promised it to my brother because social distancing, haven't gotten them yet. I'm torn between the gold top and a bourbon burst. Both bourbon bursts are nice. I think in my world it's a flame top, and then a gold top, and then a custom somewhere in there too. But yeah, the Harley Benton tops are really for a beautiful, beautiful tops. I can run out and grab it in a bit, and we'll see if you can notice a difference. Actually, let me, I'll do that in a sec. Let's first tune this thing, which will take, the only tuner I have in here is the Kemper, so. Overall, though, for the price and for the convenience and the fact that it showed up at my door 2 days after ordering it, you really can't convene that. I have the SX. I used to have a liquid 2 humbucker. I haven't had the 3P90. My buddy Danny has that. Hey, Guitar Rehab. You're talking about green guitars? Who were you talking about there before? I'm not actually seeing live chat of everything. Cool. The Kemper is still powering on. All right, hold on one second. Let me set my chair here. Hey, look at that. All right. I'll tune it slash style. Stretch him, stretch him. These strings, by the way, if you buy anything from China that doesn't have a labeled string, aside from demoing it briefly to yourself and playing with it, just go and put new strings on it, because they'll just continue to stretch out all day long and really be a miserable experience. This is just to get a little bit of fun out of the whole deal. Don't mind me. I'll get there, I swear. I promise. Hey, everybody, don't forget, call your mothers or any mothers in your life. Tell them Happy Mother's Day and that you love them and you're thankful that you're doing things. And if you're a dude, be extra thankful, because I think if dudes had to bear children, there wouldn't be any dudes. Guitar Rehab, you talking about the green guitar that I got in that day, that Rosewood Telecaster? Great guitars. Really, really impressive. Guitar Rehab should know. They were selling them for a while in a cool little like pop-up shop in a diner in Sweden. That seemed like a perfect spot to go and visit if in different times. Okay. Now that that's installed for the moment until she stretches back out. Ladies and gentlemen, making its debut is the Spark 40 by Positive Grid. I wish there was a spot that I can put up top there. Don't mind my computer being squished by the Spark. She gonna jump. That isn't gonna work. Leave it on the chair. Sorry, it'll be out of view, but trust it. It's there. Colin, it's not from Toman. If you Google this is hard. A tough comparison, or even do much with. Just because this amp is... Not bad though. Frets could definitely use a polish, but overall, action is quite nice, very playable, very useful. I don't know, they didn't say in the ad if these were ceramics or Alnicos. I'm gonna guess that they're... Not bad though, for stock pickups that you can always swap out and put something else in. If I keep this, and please I apologize for this because I've been promising these pickups to a lot of things, but if I keep this, I have a set of Iron Gear Tesla Sharks. They're an Iron Gear pickup a lot. They're a Slash pickup, really, copy. Check and see. No, we're not really choking out. Could just use a polish, but they're really not too bad. Pretty cool. So hold on one sec. You guys keep the place warm. I'm gonna leave this right here. I'm gonna turn off that output. But I'm gonna compare you the tops between the SC550 and the SC550 and this, just so you can see the tops, if they'll somehow show better in the camera. Take me one sec. Be right back. Did you miss me? I'm back. Oh yeah, these new strings need like nobody's business. Alright, so Harley Benton SC550. See that top? See the wonderful 3D-ness? This one. See what I mean? Like from one's got much more black to get the contrast in. Once again, looks better. This looks good in like all lights. If I wiggle it, you can see it go 3D. This one, not quite as much. The HB is gorgeous, but Bobby likes the SX tops better. It's got more contrast. It's more, you get like the Paradise guitar from Benton that I had was done kind of the same way, whereas the 550 is more of the tobacco. I do not think the SX is a photo flame, because I can get a little bit of 3D out of it, I think. I don't know, it could be a photo flame. It's really hard to tell. But yeah, if you look at the two. Now, the Benton is from Europe, so you got to pay more to get it here, and the whole delays. Cue my woes with the Aggifish guitar. And it's 60-70 bucks more than this little guy here. It's 50 bucks shipping now from Tomany to the States. Once again, up to 3 guitars. The 550 I like. I have an older 550 Rex that they came with the Wilkinson pickups, which are meh. My SC Custom has the new Roswell Laugh El Nico 5s in it. Much better pickup. Much better. So I like my Custom better than that. But the top on the 550, as beautiful as my Custom is, the top on the 550 just wins hands down. It's just one of the prettiest guitars. It's like one of those tops that you see on like the best PRS SEs. That kind of clear, really nice 3D, really pretty. What Thomann is able to get right now with their 4A tops, they're not fooling around. That's really a 4A top in a vernier. So, pretty cool. Yeah. But guys, just take a minute and think here. I just unboxed 2 guitars, one of which cost $125. The other which was cost $190 US. They both worked out of the box. No damage that wasn't already known about, right? No issues. No problems. They work. I'll play through that one. I'm going to just swap the strings on these, and there'll be videos for these out over the next few weeks, kind of comparing them and then maybe tastefully modding them to make them right. But this is the era we live in where you can get not a beginner guitar, but a good guitar. A guitar that you can play mod, maybe second or third guitar, fourth guitar, go on different adventures with for $200, right? I mean, I saw Shane gig with a Epiphone Les Paul Special 2 that you can pick up all day long for $99 in every pawn shop, crappy little guitar store, anything like that. And he went and ripped it through San Francisco with his buddy. And it still is, it played, it did its thing. It didn't snap in two, split and stuff. The pickups worked, these things. You know, it's a golden era of having really good stuff. Egg just suggests I should try Wolf guitars. It's funny you say that, Egg. Because my dad had been using this as a shop guitar, even gigs with SX Strat, right? Shane gigs with all of these. I have a Wolf Gold Top. This is actually, oh my god, it's a bolt neck Les Paul. What a piece of junk. Light it on fire, burn it, shun it from the village. This is a great, this was actually sitting here hanging. This is for a long time what I've been playing as my shop guitar just to have at the hand and grab. My dad had this in his office for years until he got the Harley Benton semi-hollow Telecaster TE90, the cherry one, with the 2 P90s in it. And then he gave this to me and said, thanks, you turned me on to the Harley Benton, you can have this, I don't need it anymore. He loves that guitar, and it's his office. He runs a golf course, so he's got time throughout the day to go in and noodle a little bit while he's, watching the rain disappear or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, Wolf guitars. This will come up. Wolf makes them really good. They tend to be a little blingy. Much like I think I saw someone else, Major Rager, asked about Bad Cat guitars. I still have my Bad Cat 335 style Blue Burst one that I destroyed the frets on, or fixed the frets, not the best. And I really had an adventure on the nut. It's now tuned to B. Because David, this guy from Portugal that actually used to hang out on Shane's channel a lot, I haven't seen in a while, for the long time had the cult of the church of tuning to B. And you basically buy a 7-string set, throw out the skinniest one, or put it aside till you break a string on a 6-string guitar, you're fine. You have an extra high E. So that thick garden hose of a low string on a 7-string, you tune it down to B. And it's just all relative, so all your things are the same, it's just you're in B and not E. And it's a fun guitar, and to be so deep and evil, put a big semi-hollow, it's a weird thing. I want to put a new nut on it. I want to kind of polish and get the frets perfect because it's a gorgeous guitar. And I, would love to try and make that guitar close to as good as my Gibson ES335. Jamal, it's a great time to be a guitarist. Even as self-pars have great choices. Never guitar at range. Damn you, Nick. Sorry, man. Hey, Bobby, good to see you. Good luck with the wife. I need to get here soon before my wife kills me. But, I don't know, it's fun it's fun getting some of the toys out. It's fun talking about gear, sharing with you guys on a nice little Sunday morning. Buddha pickups. The other key thing I just got was Tim over at Buddha sent us out. That's not Buddha. Those are other things. Tim over at Buddha sent me out both an 8K beautiful A5 magneted P90 to replace in my Harley Benton double DC Junior. And then Shane, get some sleep. Have a good one, man. Thanks for popping by. You too, Bobby. So I was going to try this in it to see, because it just needed a little bit more warmth, bigger. I felt like the one isn't bad. It just didn't have the punch. But then he also threw this in to try out, and this is a full-size humbucker in a P90 dog ear setup that he does. Now, my Uncle Jeff plays juniors with these. All of his juniors, once he played one, he swapped. No noise, plays in every place, doesn't have to worry about lights, all that kind of stuff. And they rip, absolutely rip. So this is going to go to the DC Junior first. This may get swapped in there with a coil tap. Now, he made this to be a 15.4K output, so that when you coil tap it, it's back down to in realm of what a P90 output normally is. Jack F., I love Tim's pickups. Tim from Buddha is amazing, and he's too inexpensive. And every time I talk to him, I tell him, you need to charge more. Because I think these were like 60 or 70 bucks for an individual pickup, and I think it's like $100 for a set, 110, somewhere in that range. Go check his Reverb Store. Great guy. And he's a dude that like will ask 3 more questions than you'll even expect. Do you want this? Do you want that? Okay, this. Have you thought about this? You trying to get tight? You trying to go this way with it? Okay, I'm thinking this magnet. You sure? Like there's detail there. He's caring about what he's whining, and he's just a good dude. This is not making him $1 million. He's just making good pickups. So, and he sent me a t-shirt. Nice, right? Thanks, Tim. So this will be happening in a couple weeks, which should be really cool. Yeah. So those are the things that are upcoming. As I said earlier, videos in the can. I did a Gibson video 5 years later, 5 years of shame and moral compromise. But really, it's mainly a video talking about, like, here's why we think about doing this before you do it. Because as a teaser, that guitar has like almost $800 into it to make it what I wanted it to be. And for $800, you can buy a lot of better things. And you don't need the fake logo. Go buy any of the jillions of guitars that look a lot like it, or SC550, swap the pickups, put a Bigsby on it, go nutty. It may be a better thing. It is probably a better thing, and a better use of your money in there. But so I have a Gibson revisited video. I have the SC550 versus the SC custom video coming up. The Firefly 38 should go up on Wednesday, which is their semi-hollow blue burst kind of thing. And then videos for these guys should pop up over the next couple weeks as well, along with maybe some comparison-y things and planning out some modding stuff. And what else? I shot a while back a Bigsby comparison video for like a Les Paul Bigsby. That's a B6. And how that compares to a B60 from Korea and a B600 from China. And kind of differences in each one and what you look out for and prices and what they go on and that kind of stuff. So all of these are either already been shot and are in the can and edited, just have to be edited quickly, or are on the shooting schedule for either today or on Wednesday of this week for my mid-weekend. My forced vacation from work every Wednesday, which is nice, I guess, right? I still have a job. That's what's important. I think it's been 44 minutes. I think I'm going to wrap this up in case anybody else has any questions. If you could be so kind and you've enjoyed this, feel free to click the little thumbs up like button. It just helps when we do these things out later. And it was fun. And if you like this format, okay, Hades, that's interesting. What camera do you use? So, Guitar Rehab. In this is actually just an iPad mini with a forward-facing camera just so I can run this. My regular camera that I use now the most is hold that thought. Hey, there we go. I use an FDR AX53 Sony 4K camcorder. I use a Rode shotgun mic that attaches to the top. I forget which one it is. As the microphone. And then I'm not using it now because this is doing much better on room light. But I have, to kind of frame things with lighting, actually I should have these on because they kind of backlight things nicely. Ooh, actually on an iPad, the iPad really doesn't like that much light. I try and backlit the back that way, and I've got a little LED light in the front. Scotsman, you take care as well. Make sure, as I'm looking around, sometimes I miss some of these things. There we go. Chipsum's not worthy being watering a house, but that's just me. China should be boycotted if you ask me. Major Rager, I got it, man. We all have our opinions and stuff like that. For me, that's an adventure guitar. I bought it. I went on a fun thing with I went on a funny journey with it, so it means more. Seriously, right? It means more to me from the adventure, and it's the first video to do a channel and all that kind of stuff. So, and unfortunately, if you're gonna do cheap guitar reviews like I do, they all come from China. Whether they come from China through a shop like Rondo or something like that, it's China, it's Indonesia, it's the Philippines, it's Korea, it's Japan. It's depending on your era, it's been somewhere over there. U.S. stuff's just so expensive to make. Labor differences, unfortunately, are a challenge. Maybe we'll see things change with everything that's going on. Who knows? But wow, look at the creepy black hand coming out of the abyss, holding the guitar like, oh. Sorry, I just missed a question about speaking and playing at the same time. Trying to get back. Sorry, guys. When you do speak and play at the same time. I don't know what that means, guitar rehab. Sorry. Okay, separate audio. Oh, yeah. When I record, my recording actually doesn't go into the camera at all when I'm doing a regular video. I run that out of the Kemper directly into an audio interface into Logic with monitor turned on. And then I throw my headphones on so that I can hear kind of what's going into the Kemper. Actually, I hear exactly what the Kemper's recording while I play, so I know my tone sounds good, as good as I can, while I go and do the setup. But it works well, and then that way, when I bounce down to do the overall video all done, I've got a separate audio track than the vocal track. I will probably start using a mic to capture me, maybe even better than that. But then I have that over there, the camera mic as a backup. That was a weird hand motion. Someone asked how many guitar cases in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, I don't know. There's close to 30 guitar cases in here. I'm surrounded. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. And you guys are a bad influence because it's very easy for me to go on SX's website and be like, well, I mean, these are make great videos and people need to see the SX review. They need this, and I'm here to bring it to them. Nobody's doing this for the people. I need to do that. And luckily, like, you can flip these guitars pretty well and only lose 20, 30 bucks. So maybe the video makes money, maybe it doesn't, but it keeps people coming back to the channel and rolling things through. And sometimes you find, like, the SC Custom, which is now my, like, default recording thing. Major, there are no more guitars at my office. They're all home. She can see all of them. I have shrunk it a little bit. You got a bad influence on us. You and guys like Shane, whose channel I never watch. Never at all. Exactly. Shane never goes in. They need to have a filter for Shane's channel, though, that just flips him mirror image. So as righties, it looks right. That's all. They just need mirror image Shane. If he released his videos both in regular and the mirror image, it would be interesting to see which ones had more views. I was talking to a friend of mine who, I'm like, you got to watch his channel. I said, the guy's just, he's a blues player. And he's like, Shane just has licks for days, and it's just fun because you're always noticing little things he does and just how naturally it comes to him. And he's left, so I don't have to make him blush while he's, if he were still here, but I'd say it anyway. And he's like, I can't do it because I can't watching a lefty play is just weird for me. And I'm like, I guess, yeah. But they should have a mirror version of the left-handed channels for us poor righties, the underserved majority. Sorry, I'm sorry. If you're a lefty, I feel bad. But at least, as Jamal was saying, there are more options at least today than there ever have been in the past. Yeah. Before I go, I will show you one more thing because I did mention it earlier. Hopefully, I can get it out without killing any guitars. The shuffle. This guitar is my first Agile, and this was probably the nicest Agile made in 2004, I guess. And it's heavy. It's a Cherry Sunburst Flametop Agile AL 2000 Deluxe. Someone swapped it with Duncan pickups, at least in the bridge. I think they're actually both Duncans as well. And it has the original Agile open book-ish headstock and a very accurate shape and a very accurate weight. Does have a scarf joint, if I remember correctly. I think, I can't remember. Actually has some flaming to the neck, which is interesting. And a 1 or 2 piece mahogany. Beautiful guitar. Like really gorgeous. Quilted, right? Cool top, thanks. I bought this, I sold it, and then I spent years trying to find it. And I bought one that was identical to the one that I had, only to find out when I looked at the serial number, which is 3131, I immediately went, oh, I own that guitar. She's back. Yeah, dude, a heavy old man Zen, what's up, man? The Les Pauls are heavy. There's no two bits about it. It is better to save money and get a cheap Gibson, like Les Paul Tribute, or I already got the SX, and no, I don't want more. I've owned one Les Paul Tribute, one of the P90s, and I love that guitar. It just ripped. It was a real Gibson. The finish felt a little thin, because it is a little thin, but it was a real guitar, and the thing just kind of ripped. That was a gold top. Mine was a gold top with a Bigsby on it, and I sold it so that when I bought all my Gibsons from Thomann and just bring them in, I need to free up some money, and I was able to get almost $1,000 for that, and I paid $1,000 for some gloss, traditional, standard-looking Les Pauls. So I moved it, but I think the tributes are the guitars right now that if you're going to gig and need a great axe and you can pick one of those up for $800, do it. It's a real Gibson. It rips. It sounds awesome. Or go get yourself a nice import. Maybe swap the pickups in it. Make sure you got a good setup. The Honeyburst Tribute is gorgeous. I like Honeyburst. Yeah, I got a couple of those. They're gorgeous guitars. They're fun. I was really impressed with it. Sometimes you got to get a good setup on them. Those necks do tighten up a little bit. You get a little fret sprout. But once they're kind of dialed in, it's a really solid and good guitar. So, but yeah, this is what Agiles used to look like. And then they had to change it to have this shape. And so you can kind of see the regular, don't hit the ceiling, the regular cutaway versus kind of the Gumby style cutaway that they did. Tokai over, so I've only played, when I bought a Les Paul Traditional from what was the 140th anniversary? Whichever one was the 140th anniversary of Gibson one. I bought one of those, and it was a beautiful tobacco burst, perimeter burst one that I had for a long time and sold it to buy a Les Paul Standard. And when I was there, they had a 82 or 83 Tokai Love Rock for $11.50. And it was a real flame top, not a veneer. It had a little bit of age to it, but it had like the perfect patina of having been played probably through Japan for a long time before coming to the States. And I still kind of regret buying the Gibson over the Tokai, because that Tokai played better, it sounded better, and it had 1,000 times the mojo of the Gibson that I bought. And I didn't play that Gibson a ton over the years. That I kind of wish I got that one because it was a better guitar, but I was chasing the name. You know, and that happens sometimes. You know, there's a guitar that's all right, but it's a Gibson, and you know that you can park some money in it, it's easy to sell and whatever else, and I'm guilty of it sometimes too. So, but yeah, Tokais are excellent. Even some of the Chinese stuff was really great. Didn't get used to seeing the lefty guitar look. So anywho, all right guys, with all of that, I've been Nick in the States. This has been a fun little unboxing and a hangout. Thanks for everyone that showed up. It was a good little turnout. Good to see everybody here. Go tell your moms you love them. Any women in your life that have kids, you know, as I say, if guys put out kids, the world would end. Major I'm a brain whore myself. I understand. I know, right? Like it is what it is. So cool. With that, guys, I've been Nick in the States. It's been a pleasure here sharing my issues. Thank you so much, everyone who came to hang out. Hey, Steve, the SX review should pop up over the next 2 weeks, probably Wednesdays, if you keep your eye out. Firefly will pop this week, and those other ones will be out over the next couple weeks. Thank you, guys. Take care. Mad Jack, see ya. See everybody else. Have a great day, and it was great being here. Take care. I'm trying to end it, I swear. How do I end it? Oh, it's up top. Bye. My first time doing this.